Hey everyone, I'm Anastasia, your host for Anastasia's Hump Day Happenings. Yes, I talk about how to set and communicate healthy boundaries, and today I'm going to share 4 tips for you to set holiday healthy boundaries. Holidays, we know they can be overwhelming without a pandemic, but toss a pandemic into the mix and those expectations or obligations, wow, everything just a little extra. It's a little extra, wouldn't you agree? In fact, if we don't pay attention, holidays can swiftly develop into unhealthy patterns for our well-being and our relationships. I'm talking with our partners, with our children, with our families, and then also our extended families. So if your reality is a Christmas vacation, well, today is going to make your day with these 4 tips on holiday healthy boundaries, because this is how to handle all of those Uncle Eddies in your life. Now, I talk about boundaries in 3 areas: time, emotions, and energy. And these 4 tips, they're going to embrace all of them. So your responsibility is to customize it. Is it the time that speaks to you? Or is it your emotions? Do you feel more sad, frustrated, irritated, angry? And the idea is to be less of that. You're going to want to find a peace, to be present. This is going to be healthy for you, not to upset you or to add stress. And then energy, yeah, we're all going to notice we got the highs from the sugar, right? Candy, whatever it may be. And then just notice where your energy is a little bit more depleted to where you may feel exhausted. So adjust accordingly with these next 4 tips. Let's get started. The first tip to set a boundary is to get your immediate household together. I'm talking old school, paper and pen, and write down 8 of your favorite holiday traditions with your family. This could be anything from you separately. So at my age, I could say, hey, I love this growing up. And we did this when my dad passed, as to start a new tradition to honor his memory. Now, you're with your partner, right? And you may come from big families. I would say narrow that list down. Okay, so you're going to narrow it down to, let's say 5 or 4 of your favorites. Okay, so everybody has a favorite, right? And now that you're merging into your family or trying to have healthier boundaries, this could be really helpful for you. Which traditions deplete you of your time? You feel depleted emotionally, you feel depleted with your energy. And just either, star it, you could put a little dot there. So just so you know, it's a great tradition. It's one of your favorites, but you are also looking at it going, wow, that takes a lot of time. Depletes my energy. I feel a little frustrated going through this tradition. Look at what a new tradition can be, or a new way to create a memory or connection with your immediate family. So for example, David and I were on our 2nd marriage. We wanted to create new traditions for where we're at this phase in life. That could be something for you. What if you're newlywed? You're trying to navigate through 2 family traditions sometimes. Or what if you're co-parenting? Maybe you're recently divorced, or if you've had somebody in your life that you've recently lost this year, or still in the process of grieving from previous years, because it never goes away. It's always a process. Then recognize that by creating new traditions. And finally, determine maybe about 3 of them, which ones you are willing to invest your energy and your time in to making them come to fruition. Plus, without guilt, gracefully release the rest. Tip number 2, plan your time with your family. So pre-plan it. I'm talking pre-plan it. This would be like if you're going on a road trip, you would pre-plan, right? You would pre-plan, you got your packages, you've got your gifts. Say, nobody wants the gift of guilt trip. Nobody wants the gift, you don't want to plan or pack your car with unmet expectations or drama or exhaustion, right? So pre-plan the family time. And that could be both your family, their family, doesn't matter, but pre-plan it. So for example, if you made a new tradition, so you said, hey, let's spend Christmas Eve together, immediate family. But somebody else had something in the family where they always did it for all these years, because that's what tradition is. Traditions, yes, they're customs, they're beliefs. Outside of religion, religion is separate. But I'd like for you to think of it this way with a boundary, is that a tradition is an action that does not necessarily have to happen that day. So think about the time. So you could say maybe instead of spending 4 hours Christmas Eve with family, we spend 3 hours, and that way we're home and we can have the rest of the evening to ourselves. Tip 3, Only say yes to things you want to say yes to. Politely say no, and recognize and own and honor that no is a complete sentence. No. Drop the candy cane during holiday season. That's all I'm saying. Finally, number 4, pre-plan. Prepare for triggered topics. I'm talking topics that could be something that, if you're newlywed, hey, when are you two having children? Or, hey, how's that job hunting going? Or, hey, how is your job going? Anything finances now, especially during a pandemic, can be, that can trigger anxiety, or it can make you sad. What about, why'd you get a dog during a pandemic? So pre-plan conversations so that you have each other's backs in sharing and communicating with kindness and clarity for it to be effective. And those are your 4 holiday healthy boundary tips that I hope serve you well this holiday season. You've got a question for me? Ask it. I'll be happy to answer it. Please comment if this was helpful to you and which tip you feel you will integrate most into your family traditions this year. Like this channel and join me every single week. And until next Wednesday, take what you learn and make a difference with it.